Good Sunday morning, and welcome back to my Total Money Makeover, guys. I appreciate y'all coming back. Get your coffee. These are nice little coffee chats for us to engage in together, but by the time you see this video, it might be in the evening, so maybe not coffee. But today is May 5th. It's my friend's birthday. Happy birthday, Amanda. She is not watching, but she deserves a shout out, honey. She deserves the shout out. So today I'm going to talk about how I'm saving $1,000 fast for my baby step number 1 in the Total Money Makeover. And because Dave Ramsey doesn't just say save $1,000, he says save $1,000 fast. And so fast is relative. Fast can mean different things to different people, like depending on your situation. But in my situation, fast is going to be about 2 months. So I have notes here for you guys just to make sure I stay on track, and just include everything that I wanted to include. But for those of you that don't know, I will quickly give you some brief context in case you haven't watched like some of my earlier videos. But I am Joy. I'm 48 years old. I am single by way of divorce. I don't have any children. My ex-husband and I didn't have any assets together. So that's where I am right now. I work as a sign language interpreter, an educational sign language interpreter in a high school. And so I'm a 10-month employee. We get paid over 10 months, but they stretch it out over 12 months. So my salary before taxes, I believe this is what I said in the first video. I could be wrong, but my salary is $37,756, and that's before taxes. So I get paid twice a month, and I bring home about $1,180.45 twice a month. And so right now I'm in baby step number 1 for Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover. I started about a month ago. So I think my first video was like April 3rd. I don't know, it was the first week of April. So that was my first video, and I think I started like the week before that. And so last week my emergency fund. So what I'm doing in baby step number 1 is building a starter emergency fund, and that is about $1,000. And so last week I was at $392.59. Today I am at $395.22. And you like, how, like, why is it like a couple dollars increase? And that is because with my checking account, I have this feature where you can round up to savings. Like, so if I buy something that's $9.50, it rounds it up to $10, and that additional 50 cents gets moved to my checking account. And so I do use the envelope system, but the reason why I swiped is because the money I needed to take out for the envelope system, I went to the ATM, and you can only take out like $20 increments, and I needed $370. So instead of doing that, I took out $360, and so I still had $10 that I could swipe on my card. And so I rounded up from checking 82 cents, and then I rounded up from checking 84 cents, and then I got an interest payment of 34 cents. So that's why, so even though I didn't physically put any money into my starter emergency fund, I did add to it. Which is great. Any little bit helps. And so I know in the past videos, like I've showed like my budget and all those things, but something happened last Sunday after my video went live that's really going to jumpstart my saving $1,000 fast. And so in addition, not only do I want to be debt free, but I want to be financially independent and retire early. And so for me, retiring early means 55 years old. And by retire early, I actually mean retiring from 9 to 5 work, where I'm not like going, getting up at a certain time, driving and being somewhere and clocking out at a certain time. I don't want to keep doing that. I think for retirement, I think that for my because we get a retirement fund at work, and in order to be fully vested, I think I would have to work until I'm 67 years old. I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. So we're not going to, and we are going to imagine being done at 55. And that's from full-time 9 to 5 work. Now, I have had some other ideas about what I would like to do. I was thinking about real estate investment, which means purchasing property and renting it out and having tenants and things like that. So I'm still learning about that. That'll be some years down the road. Some people have given me some good insight about that. Some people that have commented and given me some good insight about that because they've done it before. So I'm grateful to like have the perspective from people who really like it versus people who say don't get into it at all, because I want to consider all my options, before that happens. So so real estate investment, property management, and having renters. So to start off, talking about how I'm saving $1,000 fast, there's a few things that I'm doing, but the last thing that I talk about is going to be what's really getting me there quickly. And so I plan to have $1,000 saved by the end of this month, by the end of May. We're done with work, like school gets out May 24th. And so by the end of this month, I mean May 31st. However, it might be a little after that. I don't know. I'll talk about that when I get there. But first thing that I'm doing is that I created a budget, which is in the Total Money Makeover book. That is the first thing. That's like step 0 is to like create a budget and stick to the budget. And I feel like I've been doing pretty okay. I'm about 4 weeks in, so I feel like I'm doing okay on the budget. This weekend, y'all, I had to work yesterday. I worked a lacrosse game. It's in one of my reels. Maybe I'll stick it in at the end of this video. But I worked the lacrosse game yesterday. I love it. Like, it's just leisure work. It's not too tough. I feel like we get like a stipend for every game we work. And so, it's like it's leisure. I worked the scoreboard and the clock yesterday. And we just get a flat rate for working that game, but it's extra income nonetheless. But I'll get it at the end of the month in a check. And so, so I'm working volleyball and lacrosse games. But yesterday, we were there for many hours. I haven't gotten like the hang of the lacrosse times. They're just long. They're long like football games. So we had a JV game and we had a varsity game, and I did partake of the the concession stand. I think I had a water, a popcorn, and they had like freeze pops. It was like 80 degrees yesterday, so that was like the perfect thing. That was the perfect thing that they could have had there. It was like 80 degrees. I was not dressed appropriately. I was not I just didn't plan. I didn't have my big water jug. Where is it? Actually, I think it's in my room, but I didn't have my I was just so unprepared. But so I did have to partake, and I did buy a bottle of water, which I don't normally do. So anyway, I've created a budget and I'm sticking to it. And I don't create a budget for like the year. I do like a month or 2 months at a time, because I want to make sure that I'm able to think about like the birthdays that are coming up and holidays, like depending on what we're doing. Like if we're doing something with my mom, like for Mother's Day coming up, like we take my mom and my aunt out to eat for Mother's Day. And birthdays, as far as birthdays are concerned, I'm only concerned about my brothers. I have 2 brothers, my mom and my aunt. Other than that, I'm not under any obligation to like do birthdays for other people while I'm at this stage in my journey. So, but it gives me the time to like think about birthdays and holidays that are coming up. So I'm not over planning to where I don't give myself any like flexibility, so I just do 1 or 2 months at a time. Right now, I've done it up through August just because if you've watched my video last week, did I do that last week? Yeah. I get a summer lump sum payout because we're 10-month employees. June 15th, we'll get like 5 checks in a row, because that'll be the rest of our summer pay. And instead of doing it like twice a month like normal. They will pay us out in one lump sum. So I did talk about how I break that down. So I definitely went ahead and budgeted out until August 15th, because our first paycheck for the new school year won't be until August 31st. And so so I needed to break that down and make sure like I included my brother's birthday, my birthday, which I didn't plan nothing for, y'all. Hitting this debt snowball is my birthday gift to myself. So so I created a budget, and then also I cook at home and I make coffee at home. So I make sure I have a grocery budget. My grocery budget is $100. No matter what check it comes out of, it's $100. And it's tricky because we get paid twice a month instead of every 2 weeks. So like last month, it kind of worked out where I got paid 2 weeks later because of the dates. But this month, it's not working out like that. It's like there's 3 weeks in between, which makes it more difficult, right, to stretch that $100. So that's where I'm at right now. So I got my ramen noodles sitting on the counter. I don't know if you can see them. I got my ramen sitting on the counter because we will supplement with some ramen noodles. I am not ashamed to eat ramen. And I make my coffee at home. I don't know when the last time that I went to Dunkin' Donuts. Yes, I'm a Dunkin' Donuts girl, not Starbucks. And the coffee I buy is just Folgers. Is it on the counter? It's not, but I just buy the big Folgers pack. Breakfast blend, by the way, the best brew. What else do I do? I stick to my grocery list. I make a list. So I make a menu, and I also have a video for that. It's called my $100 grocery budget. But I make a menu, and then I shop according to that menu, and I go ahead and I price everything to make sure that I'm coming in under budget or at budget. And in conjunction with that, I shop at Aldi first to make sure that I'm getting things that are the cheapest prices. And I understand there are some things that I can't get at Aldi, like I eat Impossible Burgers, and so I don't get those at Aldi. You can't buy those at Aldi. The pizza, the frozen pizza that I like if I'm gonna have to eat frozen pizza, I want it to be a good frozen pizza. But either way, it's still less expensive. It's like Tombstone 5-cheese pizza. I love it. I love it because then I can add any toppings I want to it, and it has enough cheese. It's not like skimpy on the cheese. Whereas Aldi pizzas, I don't really like that much. So if I'm gonna eat in and I want to treat myself, I always do a Friday night, movie night, pizza night. That's my entertainment, like as far as like not spending money on going out or eating out and things like that. So I do shop Aldi first, and what I do is when I make my list, I go online and I try to figure out the prices ahead of time to just see what my budget looks like, so that when I go into the store, I'm not trying to figure it out on the spot and then figure that I don't have enough money for something. So yeah, I do all that ahead of time. It's a lot of work, but I do it ahead of time to just make sure I can work my budget the way that I need to. I don't buy bottled water. I used to buy like the 24 pack of bottled water because I could just throw them in the fridge and get some ice cold water. That was during a time where I was running a lot. I was training for a marathon or a half marathon, and I just had a big box of bottled water here, and I would throw a few of them in the fridge because I just loved coming in and just grabbing a ice cold water. But I don't do that anymore. We have a water purifier on our faucet, that black thing you see on the faucet. So it's called Pure, P-U-R. So we have a pure water filter, and we have ice in the freezer. We don't buy ice, we just make it. We have the trays. Y'all, do you know some people don't know what those are because because their fridges make ice, and ours don't make ice. So we use these. These friends are called ice trays, and you put water in them and they freeze and they make ice. Some people don't know that. Some people don't know that, honey. They don't know. They don't know. But now you know. Now you know. I don't think I've ever had a fridge that made ice. Ever. I don't think I have. Okay, moving on. So, yeah, we have a filter on the faucet, and the night before work, I take my yellow, I have a yellow water. It's like a metal water bottle. It's not a Stanley or nothing. My friend, my Beachbody coach, she gave it to me as a gift. And I fill it with ice and water at night. I put it in the fridge, and then I take it out with my lunch in the morning and bring it to work with me. In addition to that, I pack my lunch. This week has not been very successful as far as me packing a lunch. I've just been tired and lazy, and I have not done it so much. So I did use some of my grocery money, and I bought lunch at work. We have a staff cafeteria, and they cook lunches for us, and you can buy a lunch for $4.50. So I did do that. Did I do that once or twice? I don't know if I did. I think maybe twice, because I don't have no grocery money left. Yes, that's what I did this week. I was not very diligent this week. I need to get back on it. And then Friday, it's Teacher Appreciation Week or month. Is it May? Month. I think it's Teacher Appreciation Month, and I should say Educator Appreciation Month. And so they had a taco truck. It was all free for us. It was a taco truck, and so that's what we had. So this week coming up, there's one day where our co-op, and that was from the high school that I worked at, the co-op that I work for, they're going to be providing lunch for our deaf and hard of hearing department staff one day this week. I'm not sure which day. Usually it's a food truck. Now, I'm a vegetarian, honey, but if they're giving us free food and it's hot dogs, I'm eating it. Leave the comments. Leave the comments. Okay? If it's free, I'm eating. Just like that taco truck, they didn't have no vegetarian tacos. I had chicken tacos. Leave the comments. Okay, and what else? I shop at Aldi. Oh, and I canceled all of my streaming services. That's another way that I'm saving $1,000 fast. So I got rid of Netflix, Amazon Prime, Peacock, and YouTube Supreme. So I got rid of those so I don't pay for any streaming services. So I watch YouTube with the commercials. And I watched Tubi, Tubi. Y'all know what Tubi is? I just came upon it because I was looking for a movie to watch on YouTube. It suggested Tubi. So Tubi is a free service. It has movies. It has TV shows. It is potato chips for the brain. And I'm here for it. And it's free. So that is that. So another way that I am saving $1,000 fast, even though I don't get this check until the end of the school year, I'm working boys volleyball as the official scorekeeper and book. And there is possible postseason work. So we've made it into the playoffs. So there will be a schedule coming up. So hopefully I can grab some of those games too. And then for boys lacrosse, I work the clock and the scoreboard. I do not think they're going to have a postseason. Yeah, like here in the Midwest, I'm not sure how popular lacrosse is. And I'm not sure that our team made it into like any type of playoffs or anything. Because we're not new, but we're newer, I guess. And then, so those are ways that I am saving $1,000 fast. But this is what is the game changer for me. That's going to get me there quicker than I expected. So guys, last Sunday, after I posted my video, I got a notice from my student loan people, right? And it says change in loan terms. Now, there'll probably be a few different opinions about this. So it says my change in loan terms, my next payment amount is $222.40, and the next payment date is July 24th, 2024. Now, I've been paying my student loan, and so I would pay $221.04. And so I was set to pay for May and also June. So now they've configured my payments, and now they're saying pay $222.40. It's only $1 more, and I don't have to pay again until July 24th. And so I was talking with a friend of mine. He's just so good at like knowing everything. And so he's like, oh yeah, so you don't have to pay again until July 24th. Great. And so some schools of thought might say, well, you should just go ahead and keep paying because then you're like paying it up faster. But that's not where I am in the Total Money Makeover. I am not in the debt snowball method. I am not at the debt paying method right now. And so, and in my list for the debt snowball, because you list your debts from least to greatest, I've done that already. And my student loan is at the bottom. It's like a little over $23,000 that I owe for my student loan. And so that's at the bottom. So I'm not worried about trying to pay that up now or like get ahead of it because of interest or whatever. Because in the debt snowball, like once my car is paid off and those payments start rolling over into my student loan, that interest is going to be a moot point because I'll be paying off my student loan earlier. So those payments that I had allocated for my student loan for May and June, I'm just going to take those payments and put it into my savings towards $1,000. And so I am definitely going to get there, hopefully going to get there by the end of this month. So like on June 15th, when we get like all of our checks in a row, the money that I have allocated for different things are still going to go to that thing. So for us, since volleyball is going to go into postseason, the next board meeting isn't until mid-June. And so we might not get paid until after that to get our check for the spring activities working that I've been doing. And so we'll see. But whatever happens, so I hope to be paid by May 31st. But if not, I hope to by June 15th, like that'll be taken care of because I don't have to pay a student loan until July. So for me, that was really a game changer. I'm not going to keep making loan payments. I'm just going to wait. So if you guys have any thoughts on that, I would love to hear it. But I don't think that I'm going to keep paying the student loan. I'm going to get to that $1,000 fast and be done with that so I can hopefully this summer, like June, start my debt snowball and be on baby step number 2. I've never saved $1,000 on purpose, ever. I've had $1,000 plus in my account, but it was like from, it would either be like from a tax return or something like that. But I've always spent it because I'm like, oh, I got all this extra money, so I'm gonna spend it. Well, we're not doing that anymore because we're getting our life together. And so so also what I want to tell you before I leave, if you have any questions, if I'm not explaining something clearly, go ahead and leave me a comment and a question. I will answer those. I did get a couple questions. I made a community post earlier in the week for you guys like to leave me any questions, and I was hoping to do like a midweek Q&A or something like that. But if you want to leave questions, maybe something I didn't cover or something that is unclear, I have gotten some great questions in the past. Like people have asked me about the tithe. There's 2 people that left questions on that post. One said, how did divorce impact your finances, which I think is a great question. That might be a video by itself. And then somebody asked me a question about about my retirement age and everything. Obviously I answered that in this video, so maybe I don't need to necessarily go into depth about it. But if you have not watched my previous videos and you don't want to and you prefer to ask a question, you can. You can, because it's okay. And then, but like anything that's like really, I think that I'm gonna have to like really get into depth about, I will make probably its own video about it. So I do like questions. I like the not controversy, but like if you don't agree with something, I'm more than happy to like answer that for you. So I think this video today is going to be nice, short, and sweet. And so if you want to go to my community post, it's the first community post that I made. So it's like maybe 4 posts ago, but I did them all this week. I was just trying to see, and then yeah, so I think that's going to be it for this video this week. If anything was unclear, just let me know, but you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, because I certainly will, and I will see you guys next week. Yep. The announcer?
I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
I got thrown in it by default.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. Get everybody to. Oh my, don't let.
I mean, not funny, but.
Joy, take the mic.
If you leave, I'm leaving.
Yeah.